He is signed to a label.
Got his own website.
He's signed to a label. He runs his own company. He also is the voice in a Disney movie.
And he can play baseball, too.
Oh, yeah, and he does that. 2-2 pitch incoming from Van Deventer. Lefty, glove at his belt. Big kick. Right back up the middle to Jablonski again. This one he fields cleanly and is given over to Best for the third out of the inning. So if the first inning is any indication of maybe some jitters out in the field for Long Beach, as an error and a couple mishandled balls allow the Raptors to score 5 runs, and it's 5-0 in favor of Ogden after an inning here at Lindquist Field. We'll be back for the top of the second. You're listening to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
LWE has become an industry leader and performed new construction and retrofit work to companies in several industries. LWE is located in northern Utah and has performed work throughout the western United States. We can be reached at 801-621-3220.
At the Prairie Schooner, you can dine in a covered wagon while enjoying our delicious hand-cut steaks, fresh seafood, and signature desserts. Go to prairieschoonerrestaurant.com or call us at 801-392-2712 to reserve your table today.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke and Tyson Whiting for Game 3 of this series between the Ogden Raptors and Long Beach Coast. First pitch from Nico Saltzvermaggio is a called strike coming into Cuba Bess, and we alluded to it in the game earlier today. If any of you have played NBA Jam and the ball starts flaming when you make a few threes in a row, I mean, Cuba Bess's bat is flaming right now, and manager Evan Parker and Nico Saltzvermaggio are going to try to slow that down. We've got Skipper Parker with us right now. Evan, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Nice job getting Cuba Bess out. That has to feel good. How do you guys turn around quickly, in a very fast turnaround from Game 1 to Game 2 today, and basically just have a clean slate and clear out what happened earlier today?
Well, my goal going from last night into today, knowing that we were going to have to pick up that game at 7-0, that's it's a bit of a tough task, but I was genuinely happy with the way that we competed. It's tough when you come out here and you're behind like that. So we positioned it that Nico would be throwing the 7-inning game today. And so we thought that, if we could battle back and somehow get that game, which we had our chances, to be quite honest. If you look at a couple of those innings where we give those runs away, if you eliminate those innings, we could have won that game. So, I'm kind of playing my ace in the hole with Nico throwing Game 2 today, only being 7 innings right here. So, gave up the leadoff double, but he put the 0 up, and then we put up a 5 spot for him. And so, like our chances today for sure. Didn't have to go to our closer either. So, we got Nico, our closer, a few guys available in the pen, and we're ready to go.
Absolutely. A lot of strategy going on a doubleheader like today. What does that strategy look like from just a staying fresh perspective? I mean, you're out in the heat, 95 degrees, basically all day long, and until now you haven't had shade out there.
Yeah, that's a good question, because our pregame stuff, for example, was very light. We want to come out here, we hit the cage only, whereas on a normal game day, we're going to be out here moving around on the field, get out, get a little bit acclimated. But, oh, man. That was close. I think he was in there, but it was close. But Yeah, you just have to keep your guys fresh. I really never try to hit the panic button on anything, but I also know that if we came out today before we were going to play 16 innings, or about there, we would have been destroyed taking a full batting practice and so on and so forth. So, came out, kept it light in pregame. Pitchers kept their arms light and yeah, saved our bullets, and we're ready to go. We're ready to get this second game today and take 2 out of 3 from these guys, and then win a series from there.
Absolutely. That's manager Evan Parker for the Ogden Raptors. Evan, thanks for the time as always.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
1-1 count. Pitch incoming is a little bit too low, so now it's 2-1 to Jacob Jablonski. Emilio Corona singled up the middle after Cuba Best grounded out to first base and then just stole second, as you saw. So it's Corona on second with 1 out, a 2-1 count on Jablonski. Right-hander Salts Formaggio going against the left-hander Jablonski. That pitch is fouled back into the netting. Good amount of English on that one as it moved very well north-south.
Jablonski, like a lot of Long Beach players, had a good game. He had 2 homers and at least 5 RBIs. He homered in the first and the second inning of this game that was completed there in the earlier today, and had a couple singles as well.
Every single player on their roster, or excuse me, on their starting lineup crossed home plate in the game earlier today. It was obviously when you start putting position players in, the game has gotten away from you a little bit, but it was one statistically that was impressive, and it's definitely going to inflate the stats of some of the guys on that team. Full count payoff pitch outside, and that's a walk from Salty, and not something you see very often from Nico Salts Formaggio, as on the entire year, he has only given up 13 walks. That was his 14th.
You always can count on him to be around the strike zone. He's averaging probably about 1 walk every 5 innings, and that was one where Jablonski just put together a good at-bat as he's seeing the ball well, and just didn't chase those pitches from Salter Formaggio that really weren't all that far away from the zone.
I mean, this is a team with a very great eye, as they have worked almost 400 walks. That was their 398th walk as a team. For reference, the Raptors are at 354 right now. So it's a disciplined team at the plate, and they make you pitch to them. Runners are dancing around the base path. Salts Formaggio checks on them, and now the pitch comes in and works a little bit too high and inside on Pappas for ball 1.
So Long Beach, they've walked 398 times, and the opposition, Long Beach pitchers have only walked 265. So you can win a lot of games when you walk at the plate and you don't allow the walks when you're on the mound.
Next pitch is inside to Pappas as well. Glacier is the team that has walked the most of any team this season, 443 walks. Long Beach has walked the 4th most. And those walks are huge in the Pioneer League here. The 3-0 finds the strike zone to make it 3-1. Is every time you walk someone, you're just forcing the other team to make another out. Right? You got to make 27 outs. Well, the second that you're walked, you got to make another one, got to make up for another guy on base. Here comes the 3-1. This one is hit up the third base line, but foul, and a nice barehanded snag by the third base coach.
Well, Trey Gloss, he's known to do that a time or two around the hot corner, as he's a 4-time Big League All-Star, 2002 World Series MVP. Started his pro career as a shortstop and moved to third base, and he was a solid glove.
Payoff pitch incoming from Salta Formaggio. Pappas, red hot bat. And they get him looking on the bottom right corner. A strikeout for out number 2. Pappas is having a couple words with the umpire, but according to our TrackMan, that was the right call. Salty's got his 2nd strikeout of the evening.
And a nice strike 3 call by the home plate umpires. He kind of backed up a little bit and gave a nice punch out.
We're grading everything up here in the GCB Computers broadcast booth.
We're even going to grade the sunset a little bit later on.
We will definitely see one, as this game started at 6:50, so unless it's a really quick game. The runners go. Dodson's throw down to third does not happen, and both runners will take 90 feet.
That was probably a good move by Dodson, as both runners got an outstanding jump, and really all Dodson, the only thing he could have done is throw the ball away and allowed a run. So pretty good decision by Hank Dodson to just eat the baseball.
The pitch was a ball, so it's a 1-0 count to Tyler Young. And we talk a lot on here about manufacturing runs. if Emilio Corona does come in to score, he has manufactured a run, stolen both second and third to make his way just 90 feet away from home plate. 1-0 count. Swing and a miss, make it 1-1.
Well, you've seen on a few occasions where you get those productive outs, where it's like a runner at second and third, and you hit the ball to the second baseman, the run scores. And obviously with 2 outs, you can't do that if you're Long Beach, but we've seen a lot of those productive outs, sacrifice flies, things of that nature.
1-1 from Salts Formaggio. Left leg kicks up, delivers it, and it is just rolled foul to make it 1-2.
Tyler Young out of Doylestown, Pennsylvania. You ever been to Doylestown?
I have not. I've only been to Hershey, Pennsylvania. We went to the Hershey headquarters. They've got a whole amusement park there. You got to make your own Hershey candy bar. It was a pretty good time for 8-year-old Arden. Here comes the 1-2, and it swung on and missed. Nico Salts Formaggio's fired up on the mound already. Doesn't matter that it's early in the game. That one felt important. 2 runners are stranded. Salts Formaggio strikes out 2 and gets a little bit of help from his defense as well. It's the Raptors leading it 5-0 as we head into the bottom of the second inning after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
From providing a great member experience to providing easy access to your accounts with our mobile app, we are here to help you along your journey. Call 801-399-9728 for more information or visit ascentcu.com.
Kier has evolved into a diversified general contractor with experience in commercial construction. Hundreds of projects throughout the Intermountain West attest to Kier's wide range of expertise in design and build. Kier Construction invites you to experience the difference. Call us at 801-627-1414.
We are big enough to where we have established processes and procedures to protect you, but we're small enough to where there's still an owner involved in the day-to-day operations to ensure that we don't lose that personal touch. We'd love to tell you more about us, and feel free to reach out to us. You can reach our team at 801-728-0454.
When it comes to value, Red Pocket Mobile knocks it out of the park. Premium 5G plans start at just $10 a month, and that price stays locked in. No curveballs. Step up to better wireless at redpocket.com. Proud sponsor of the Pioneer Baseball League. Red Pocket Mobile. Save hundreds per year on cell service. Welcome back to Lindquist Field. Hank Dodson getting his second start of the series. Took the game this morning off. First pitch to him is a bit outside for ball 1, coming in from Garrett Vandeventer. Raptors have taken a 5-run lead early in this ball game. It was a great top of the first inning. Their first 5 batters that got on base scored. And those also happen to be the first 5 batters in the lineup. Next pitch misses too low. Good block by Pappas behind the plate, and the count's now 2-0.
Vandeventer looks like a kind of a crafty lefty. Doesn't throw that hard, but tries to use both sides of the plate and mix pitches up and down.
Next pitch misses up high for ball 3, and especially with Hank Dodson not being the strongest bat with a 271 average, I'd be very surprised to see a swing on the 3-0. Dodson with a bit of a twitchy bat over his right shoulder at the ready. That one catches the top part of the strike zone for called strike 1.
Now the old complimentary 3-0 strike where the strike zone widens just a little bit on that count.
Dodson played in game 1, went 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. He hits this one into center field. Coming in on it is Corona, and he makes the snag, guarding his face from the sun just slightly. And Dodson's still searching for his first hit of this series.
Now for Dodson, you like the fact he was able to hit a line drive there. One of those that was at the top of the zone and really put a good charge into it, but just had a little bit too much air and was able to carry all the way to the center fielder.
Chase Valentine back up already for his second at-bat of this ball game. He singled to left field his last time up. First pitch incoming to him. That one's too low. Valentine rocking blue batting gloves today that match the baby blues of the jerseys.
He's also going with white cleats, white spikes.
His whole left arm guarded by white guards as the next pitch is up to, no, it's, sorry, I called strike, top of the zone. So now a 1-1 count to Chase Valentine. Next pitch works inside on him, and it's 2-1. Valentine, a player who has spent time up in big league organizations. He most recently was part of the Padres organization, and the Raptors signed him the day that he was released. And man, has he made an impact, played in every game for the Raptors this season. Here comes the 2-1. He swings on this one that jammed him inside. He got ahead of the inside pitch, but a little bit too far ahead of it, and it goes up the third baseline foul.
Pretty good crowds finally in here for this nightcap as crowds settling in. It's a thirsty Thursday at the ballpark.
2-2, hit into opposite field this time. Going to his left is right fielder Cooper Vest, but that drops in front of him for a base hit. And Chase Valentine is 2 for 2 tonight. Best start to a game he's had, as he's gone 2 for 5 and 1 for 5 in the 2 games in this series thus far.
That was a good approach at the plate. It was at the top of the zone, and we've seen on occasion Chase Valentine try to pull pitches and kind of get out a little bit out of whack with his front shoulder, but he did a good job staying in there that time.
That Thirsty Thursday you mentioned means half off all Pepsi products in the stadium, as well as other assorted alcoholic beverages. First pitch to Carmine Lane, misses 2, high ball 1.
I had myself a Pepsi product between games of the doubleheader, and I also had 2 slices of Lucky Slice pizza. I went with the pepperoni and sausage because right now they don't have the salted formaggio flavor just yet.
We're going to make that happen. Carmine Lane grounds this one right back up the middle. They'll get the one out at second and easily get the next out over at first to end the inning. So a 4-3 double play ends the bottom of the second inning, and it's 5-0 still in favor of the Raptors as we head to the top of the third after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans, now with no payments for 90 days.
This can keep a battle buddy safe from the risk of suicide. I get it, it's just a phone. But when you call a friend, you show that you care, which can help them fight their inner battle. Now drop and call 20 people.
Who's pitching?
3 wireless carriers.
Big corporate mobile. Our stock always goes up. So do your prices. I'm out. We're cheap, just like your coverage.
We're Red Pocket, your new ultimate cell carrier. Only we give you all 3. No price increases, 2-minute care, and all major networks for your best 5G coverage.
What's your ask?
$10.
You've got a deal. Switch to Red Pocket. Like me, your new ultimate cell carrier.
This is Hannah with the Ogden Raptors. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, videos, and accounts of this game is prohibited without the express written consent of the Pioneer Baseball League. Copyright 2024.
If you be my girl. Dun, 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 dun.
Great voice, Tyson.
They played this song at Coors Field after Take Me Out to the Ball Game, 7th inning stretch every time. I sing my heart out to it every time.
And you sounded beautiful. First pitch, hit high in the air to left field. Coming in over to his right is Tyler Gannis. And 1 pitch, 1 out to start this 3rd inning. Maybe it was your serenade, Tyson.
That might have been it. That was what forced the fly ball and Eddie Pelt going back to the dugout. And he did pick up that double in the 1st inning, but it's been a bit of a tough series for a guy that's a pretty good hitter.
Rolling over back to the top of the batting order in this 3rd inning. It's Patrick Roche, the 2-hole hitter. He struck out swinging his last time up. First pitch incoming to him is a strike right down the middle. 88 miles an hour from Salt Formaggio, and that's about what you're going to get for him. Next pitch inside.
A day like this, with as hot as it is, Nevin Parker did mention being out there in the sun all day. It's one of those where, you know, you got to stay hydrated and you got to find a way to stay sharp. And, you know, you see a lot of tired players out there, but they're just battling through it.
Salt Formaggio, one of the players who should be the sharpest, as he did not play in game one. Neither did Hank game one of today, game two of the series. Hank Dodson did not play either. So the two players involved in every single play are fresh. Check swing on the 1-2 pitch is said that he did not go around, and so we'll do the 2-2 pitch.
You almost wonder where they sat during game one. If I'm Evan Parker, I'd probably tell them just hang out in the clubhouse and watch the game on TV.
Then maybe they were listening to us.
It is possible they did that.
2-2 pitch, 1 out. Salt Formaggio shakes off one sign from Dodson. Now here comes the pitch. It's grounded. Going over on it is Carmine Lane, and it bounced over his outstretched left glove. Tyler Gannis fields it in left field, and that is a single for Patrick Roche, his first hit of this ball game.
Well, the infield does look outstanding, but we've seen a few tricky hops, and that was another one that kind of went up on Lane. And, you know, every infielder out there kind of noticed the tricky hops that Long Beach had in the first inning, and Lane probably knew that he was going to get a high hop, and he got one right there. It's one of those where, you know, kind of a normal hop, Lane would have been all over it, but infield's taking some tricky hops early on.
Runner is on first for Cooper Vest, who grounded out to shortstop his last time up. That same grounder would probably create a double play this time,
if it doesn't take a bad hop. Oddly enough, we didn't see any bad hops in the first game, but for whatever reason, the second game of this doubleheader, we've seen at least 3 of them.
Do you think it's the rain just having a bit of effect with the tarp laying on the grass all day or something?
That could also be, you know, they try to wire down the infield, but it does get a little bit dry as the game progresses. And, you know, you get the lip of the grass, and I think 1 or 2 of them, it just hit the lip of the grass, and that's always going to create a tricky hop.
Things to be aware of here at Lindquist Field. Also the shadows. The mound is barely in the sun. Everything else in shadow as it comes towards home plate as the 0-2 misses too high. And so the ball, when released out of the pitcher's hand, in this case Salt Formaggio, is in the sun, illuminated. And then it goes into the darkness as it travels towards Hank Dodson at home plate and the batter. Hard to get a beat on it. 1-2. Swung on and missed, and that's going to be a strikeout. Couldn't tell if that one was foul tipped or just swung on and missed, but our home plate umpire says that that's a swing and a miss. And that's going to be strikeout number 4 on the evening for Salt Formaggio.
Some good movement, and, you know, he was able to get Vest to chase there. It's Salt Formaggio gets a lot of guys to chase out of the zone because he's consistently in the zone.
First pitch, check swing, but he did go around. Did Matthew Bardowell. So it is strike 1. Bardowell grounded out to the pitcher last time, just right up the first base line, and Salty just ended up taking it himself. Pickoff throw over to first, gets Roche diving back. Roche, a player with only 2 steals this year, so he has attention of Salty, but maybe not for statistical reasons. Here comes the 0-1. It's hit hard and high into center field, a bat flip, and that's out of this ballpark. High, towering home run that goes 442 feet. Matthew Bardowell knew it off the bat. Flipped it as he trotted down to first base. And Long Beach has cut into the Raptor lead. It's now 5-2.
There's no doubt about that one. It's his 11th home run of the season. Bardowell didn't homer in last night's game. He was one of the few guys that didn't homer in the first game of this doubleheader, and that's about as far a home run as we've seen all day. And I believe that's the 15th home run we've seen today, as both teams combined for 14 homers in the game earlier today.
I mean, if you're them, you got to be nervous that you're going to run out of balls. This one, a shallow fly ball into center field. Going back on it is Cole Jordan. Cole Jordan and Colson Lawrence collide, but it is going to be Cole who ultimately makes the grab. As you can watch the replay here, Colson came in on it. Cole was going back on it. Both of them come together, but Cole's ultimately the guy that comes away with the ball. Maybe a little bit more communication needed, but the third out is recorded nonetheless. Long Beach scores 2 runs thanks to a Matthew Bardowell long bomb, but it's still 5-2 in favor of the Raptors. You're listening to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Do you thrive on a challenge? Does crafting complex parts ignite your passion? Peterson Inc. isn't your average manufacturer. We're world-class, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We're looking for skilled welders and machinists to join our team. People who take pride in precision. If you're wanting to contribute to groundbreaking innovations, Peterson Inc. is your place. Visit petersoninc.com and join the team that builds the future.
Welcome back from the break. Tonight's broadcast is presented on the Home Team Network for live video streaming, on YouTube for audio-only coverage, and on 88.9 FM for In the Park Radio.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke and Tyson Whiting. First pitch from Van Deventer is lifted high in the air by Gio Ferraro, but that'll go out of play.
Name of the game's been the big innings, and the first game Long Beach had the big innings, and right now the Raptors with that 5 spot in the first inning, they were the first one to crack with a big inning, and they're looking for another one here.
Ferraro worked a walk his last time up. Next pitch misses too high, and it's now 1-1.
We're hoping Augie's okay. The Raptors mascot who's standing in top of the third base dugout. I think he got hurt playing soccer last inning, and he's working that left leg pretty good.
Might have to get Mackenzie Booth out there to work on him. Ferraro gets under this one. It's high in the air and tailing into right field. Getting under it is the right fielder, Cooper Vest, and with his heels on the warning track, he makes the catch.
That one was in the air a long, long time. That was 6.4 seconds worth of hang time, and I'm not sure that ball was ever going to come down. That was what you call a big league pop-up.
I learned a new term today that I'm hoping to use later in this ball game.
What's that?
Can of corn.
Oh, yeah.
I played 18 with Dave Baggett, the owner of the Ogden Raptors, this morning, and he was dropping a bunch of knowledge on me, and my dad actually popped up one of his drives, and Bags called it a can of corn. You don't want that on the golf course ever.
I'm sure your dad made up for it with a good shot in the next attempt.
0-1 count to Colson Lawrence, and that one's up and inside. Colson singled his last time up. Well, my dad actually played very well out on the golf course today. He was on a team with Dave Baggett going against me and Ron Boone, and my dad really was probably the reason that Bags' team won. Next pitch is inside to make it a 2-1 count.
So you played better than Dave Baggett, but your dad held it together. I mean, what did Ron do?
My dad was getting a lot of strokes, but he played great, and he hit a clutch shot on our final hole, stuck it 2-putt for par that popped to a birdie. It was a good position, or a good performance on his part. The 2-1 is fouled back into the netting 2-2.
I just hope the Booner didn't let you down there on the team. He's a pretty good golfer.
You know, Booner played great. He was just a phenomenal teammate. Couldn't quite sort out the speed on the greens. Was leaving a lot of stuff short, but we still love him. 2-2 count to Colson Lawrence. He's 1 for 1 on the night, trying to stay perfect. He pulls this one almost a little bit of friendly fire. I wonder if Josh Ijeka, our camera operator down there, got a little bit of PTSD as a foul ball sailed into the dugout and took off the top of his transmitter a few weeks ago.
He looks like he's bravely standing in front of the dugout, though. He looks like he's ready for some action. He's ready to go.
2-2 once again, coming in from Van Deventer. High right leg kick. Swing and a miss, and Colson Lawrence strikes out. Vanderventer's first strikeout of his outing.
Just went to the top of the ladder, and interestingly enough, for kind of a crafty left-hander, he's throwing the ball up in the zone quite a bit, utilizing that high fastball, and when he's going well, he's able to change the eye levels up and down and in and away, and that's how he usually has success.
Sebastian Greco steps into the left-handed batter's box, left foot first, then right. Greco works a slightly closed stance as we're going to get our home plate umpire backing out, and I think they were upset that the walk-up song of Greco's was still going. So now that we're ready again, Vandeventer goes from holding the ball behind his back with his left hand to now in his glove. The pitch is outside for ball one. Greco was one of that onslaught of people in the first game today that had a home run. He went 1 for 4 with a solo home run. Not his best game, honestly, though, because he struck out twice. Going back to game 1 of this series, that one was a great one for him. 4 for 5, had 2 doubles and a homer. Scored twice himself and batted 2 runs across the plate. So far today, he's already got 1 RBI in today's game. Here's the 1-1. And that one misses a bit too high to make it 2-1.
We saw a lot of odd instances earlier today in game 1 of the doubleheader. One of them was that the Raptors twice hit back-to-back home runs.
2 outs for Sebastian Greco. Pitch incoming from Vandeventer. That one works up and inside on him. Greco kind of thought it clipped him for a second. Looked like he might try to take first, but still stands in the batter's box.
Well, he's going to be looking for a more baggy jersey next time they wear those baby blues, because if it was a little bit more baggy, he'd be on first base right now.
3-1 pitch incoming to Greco. He hits this one high in the air. Watch it fly. Home run for Sebastian Greco, and it's a 6-2 lead for the Ogden Raptors.
Greco was looking fastball on that fastball count, got it. And to talk about the power of Sebastian Greco, that was an opposite field home run in Apotaco that went 428 feet. Greco's got about as much power as we've seen from any Raptor over the last few years, and Greg, you know, has a home run in both games of this doubleheader.
Both games of this doubleheader and a home run back on Tuesday. So he, sorry, Bradley Pell got up in the grill of the camera. And Greco has a home run in all 3 games of this series thus far. Cole Jordan laces this one, but it's foul. And the Raptors have just done a very nice job bouncing back. They gave up 28 runs in the first game today. The thing was, they scored 11 themselves. It wasn't an offensive issue, more defensive, and their bats have come alive. This one opposite field, a fly ball that's going to go down as a base hit, landing in front of Cooper Vest in right field. And another hit for Cole Jordan. His first of this ball game, but it's his 4th of the day.
Well, the Raptors offense this whole series has really produced against a really good pitching staff along Long Beach. 17 runs on Tuesday, 11 runs earlier today, and already 6 runs and 7 hits in the evening affair.
Runners on first for Garrett Bivacqua. Raptors have already scored a run with 2 outs in this inning, trying to make it more of a 2-out rally. Bivacqua gets under this one, and it's into right center field. Settling under it is Corona, and he squeezes it for the final out of the inning. Sebastian Greco, his 3rd home run in 3 games, gets the Raptors on the board in the bottom of the 3rd. They lead it 6-2 as we head in to the top of the 4th inning after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
GCB Computers. Refurbished, reliable, and ready to go. The computer you need at the price you can afford.
Do you thrive on a challenge? Does crafting complex parts ignite your passion? Peterson Inc. isn't your average manufacturer. We're world-class, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We're looking for skilled welders and machinists to join our team. People who take pride in precision. If you're wanting to contribute to groundbreaking innovations, Peterson Inc. is your place. Visit petersoninc.com and join the team that builds the future.
It starts with a vision, a goal that sets the wheels in motion. The path may be rough, but with grit, hard work, and the right support, no race is too tough. No goal beyond reach. Bank of Utah provides all the tools and expertise I need to get across the finish line. So what are you waiting for? Start your journey with Bank of Utah today.
This broadcast is the exclusive property of the Ogden Raptors Baseball Club and the Pioneer Baseball League. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, reproduction, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Ogden Raptors and the Pioneer Baseball League is strictly prohibited.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network here at Lindquist Field in Ogden, Utah. We're in the top of the fourth inning. First pitch from Nico Saltzformaggio is a bit too outside, and it's ball one, pitching to Emilio Corona, the center fielder. 1-0 count to Corona. Next pitch misses too low as well. Corona, a player who played in game one of this series and got quite a lot of action with fly balls out there. He most recently played for the Great Falls Voyagers, spent a lot of time in the Pioneer League. Next pitch is a fly ball into shallow left field, calling off. The left fielder is Chase Valentine, and he gets on his horse and runs all the way out there to make the play. Tyler Gannis was the left fielder who was coming in for backup.
Good pitch by Saltzformaggio. Just got it in on the kitchen of Corona and got jammed a bit, and Valentine was able to make the play. We saw a few of those type of plays in game one. Unfortunately, Carmine Lane dropped one of them, but that's certainly a tricky play when you got that Bermuda Triangle with the shortstop, third baseman, and the left fielder all going after the ball.
First pitch to Jablonski is inside and low in the dirt. We'll say you've seen the Raptors often favor the infielders going out on that ball. Oftentimes, you talk about wanting the player coming in on it to make the play, but that's not what we've seen for the most part from the Raptors, as Jablonski is way ahead of the 82-mile-an-hour off speed and swings on it for strike one.
Especially when the outfielder's playing deep. And the communication is always that the infielder goes after the ball and it's their ball until they hear otherwise from the outfielder.
Next pitch misses too low, and it's 2-1. Jablonski, one of those players who followed the manager of the Long Beach Coast, Troy Percival, from Idaho over to Long Beach, as Percival was the manager of Idaho Falls for 2 seasons and took a few of his players with him. Jablonski hits this one up the first base line. On the second hop, Ferraro handles it himself and will step on first. Good backhand by Ferraro. It took a hot first hop, and then Ferraro caught it on its way up.
Played that one with a lot of confidence and was able to come up with it. We've seen some tricky hops, and Ferraro didn't let that ball eat him up. He went and played it in about the perfect spot.
2 outs now as the pitch incoming to Johnny Pappas. Swings and misses on the first pitch, and we've got some interesting videos up on the video board, almost mocking the players a little bit of the other team.
Yeah, swing and a miss, kind of a movie clip after that first pitch. You know, Troy Percival going from Idaho Falls to Long Beach, 2 very similar looking cities.
0-2 count, it misses outside. You know what they say, Idaho Falls is the next Long Beach.
Absolutely. They got a beautiful waterfall near the ballpark. They're at the Idaho Falls Temple. You can get in pretty good shape just going on that walking route near the ballpark there at Melaleuca Field in Idaho Falls.
The 1-2 is hit into opposite field, but it is out of play. Lights are already on here at Lindquist Field at 7:48 p.m. We've been underway for almost exactly an hour. Temperatures are still pretty high, 93 miles an hour. We won't drop below 90 until about 8:45 when the sun sets. It's a 1-2 count to Pappas. And he lifts this one over our heads, foul as well. Johnny Pappas is playing catcher today, and he also played catcher in game one. Does not have the normal build of a catcher at 5'10", 175. You often get a little bit stockier guys behind the dish, but Pappas provides some length, and he watches the next pitch sail past him, catch the inside edge of the strike zone, and that's called strike 3. Johnny Pappas' second strikeout looking of the night. Nico Saltzformaggio's 5th strikeout, And Long Beach Coast is held scoreless in the top of the fourth. It is Raptors 6, Coast 2 after the top of the fourth. We'll be back after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Don't be a bench warmer. Call the insurance center so that you can get on the field and have a good time and get your insurance done properly. Go Raptors!
Hi, I'm Christopher with Absolute Comfort Heating and Air, and I would do anything to keep my customers comfortable. And when it comes to family, I would do anything for love. I'd fix just about anything. You know I would do anything for you. I won't do that.
But you won't do that.
At Absolute Comfort, I'll do whatever it takes to keep you comfortable.
Raptor fans, Tara Carney, your local Allstate insurance agent, wants you to know you are always in good hands with Allstate. They can help with all your insurance needs, from protecting your auto and property to your family's future with life and financial services and everything in between. Give Tara a call at 801-606-4547 or email her at tara@allstate.com for a free quote. You can even stop by her office on the corner of 20th and Washington. And remember, you're always in good hands with Allstate.
Welcome back from the break. Tonight's broadcast is presented on the Home Team Network for live video streaming, on YouTube for audio-only coverage, and on 88.9 FM for In the Park Radio.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke here with Tyson Whiting. Bottom of the fourth inning, Tyler Gannis is stepping in for his second at-bat of the night. Grounded out his last time up. He shows bunt and he's going for a push bunt up the first base line, but isn't able to connect.
Raptors looking for a little bit of insurance here. Remember, this is just a 7-inning game, with this being the second game of a doubleheader.
Pulling back is Tyler Gannis once again. And it is now a 1-1 count to Gannis. Tyler with a teal bat this afternoon, white batting gloves, waves it over his right shoulder. Here comes a 2-2 from 1-1 from Van Deventer, showing bunt and pulling back once again is Gannis, and that one is a ball inside. We're joined now in the bottom of the fourth inning with Troy Percival, the manager for the Long Beach Coast. Do you have us, Skip?
Yes, I do.
Thanks so much for spending the time with us again. You talked in game one when we interviewed you that you just knew your team might take time to get used to the style of baseball here, and you clearly got used to it in game two. What was the change between game one and two?
I think not looking at the short fences and trying to hit home runs, just taking our own at-bats and hitting balls hard, and I think that we made that good adjustment.
You guys have obviously had a lot of success in the win-loss column this season. What's kind of been constants in terms of the positive identity for your club to have the record you're having?
Well, I think in order to have that record, you have to have things go just right. On days that we pitched well, we hit just enough. On days that we didn't, we hit really, really well. So it's just a matter of everything's kind of timed up. Plus, we've got a good squad. I can't take that away from these guys. They play hard, and they're just good baseball players. So we just got to stay with our game and keep playing.
Ask the same question to Evan Parker. On a doubleheader day, what's the strategy to make sure your guys stay fresh as they're, out basically in the sun for 6-7 hours?
Yeah, I've done the best I can. The first game I had 5 guys on the bench. Those guys are all out on the field. So when you have 14 guys, you can only do so much. Some guys got to double up and go out there, and they'll be exhausted. I'll have to make some adjustments tomorrow to get their bodies rested.
Manager for Long Beach Coast, first in the Pioneer League, Troy Percival, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you.
Gannis worked a walk, so now it's a 1-1 count to Hank Dodson. Checking the runner is Van Deventer. His pitch misses a bit outside, and it's now 2-1 to Hank Dodson.
Right, Troy Percival has to be a proud pop. His son Cole Percival picked up the victory in game one of this doubleheader.
Probably would have preferred Cole to maybe go a little bit farther in that game, but still did a great job. 2-1 pitch incoming. The runner goes, and it's a hit and run executed perfectly. This one goes down as a base hit into center field. Gannis is rounding third, and he's being held up by Ed Campanello, the third base coach. Just a perfectly executed hit and run. Hank Dodson takes the ball, puts it down in the outfield. Tyler Gannis got a great jump, and now it's runners on the corners with no outs as we roll over into the top of the batting order.
One of the more beautiful type plays in baseball. A lot of people will talk about a triple, and that's certainly an aesthetically pleasing play, but there's nothing more beautiful than a perfectly executed hit and run, and that's exactly what we had there with the second baseman covering the bag and Dotson just hitting it right there where the second baseman had vacated.
Chase Valentine coming up to bat. He's got 2 hits already tonight, 2 for 2, and that ties his highest hit total of any game in the series. He went 2 for 5 in game 1, only had 1 hit in the game in the first game of this doubleheader. And let's make it 3 hits as he pulls this one into left field for another base hit. Gannis comes in to score, and that is Valentine's first ribby of the night. The Ogden Raptors are up to 7 runs through 4 innings.
Third single for Valentine already, and the Raptors putting together one good at bat after another, not trying to do too much against this crafty left-hander. And there was a pitch on the outer part of the zone, and Valentine was able to put it in for his third base hit of the game.
Valentine is having his best game of the series. Evan Parker is coming home to maybe have a couple words with the home plate umpire.
Well, it looks like they're going to have a team meeting. This is not something you see all that often. This is kind of something you see in college baseball a little bit, but it does look like we're going to have a team meeting. I think they're going to call roll and go over the strategy here with Carmine Lane at the plate, who's a good bat handler, and Gio Ferraro is going to go take a listen as well.
Have to be smart here as there are no outs, runners on first and second. You don't want to ground into anything that puts 2 outs up quickly on the board.
Well, you wonder, with the hit and run already in this inning, you wonder if maybe they'll put on another hit and run, or maybe they'll send the lead runner in Valentine. Valentine's a fast runner. Dodson, the runner at second base, isn't all that fast, so you doubt there's going to be a double steal. But you wonder what kind of play is going to be put on here. As I mentioned, Carmine Lane is a good bat handler, so just about anything is in play.
Carmine batting .405 on the season. He's got the most hits of anyone on the team. His hit earlier in the first inning was his 110th hit of the season. First pitch incoming to him, and he hits this one in the air to center field. That goes down as a base hit. Coming around third to attempt to score is Hank Dotson. He'll hold up. Valentine retreats back to the bag, and credit to Emilio Corona out in center field. He got that ball back in play into the infield quickly.
Looked like Corona tried to make sure he tried to sell it a little bit as if he was going to catch the ball, and that kind of held up Dotson a little bit towards the second base back, so he was only able to take one base. And with Dotson be probably the first to admit that he does run like a catcher, and so he probably wouldn't have scored anyway, especially with no outs. And the Raptors have got the makings of a big inning here in the 4th.
No outs. 1 run has already come in to score, and you have Gio Ferraro up to bat, who is tied for the most home runs of anyone on your team. He pulls the first pitch up the third base line, but that is foul. Came off the bat at 91 miles an hour. He's got a 0-1 count. Van Deventer has already given up 1 home run today. That was a solo shot to Sebastian Greco back in the 3rd inning. Ferraro had a home run in the game earlier today and had a triple back in game 1. 19 home runs on the season. 0-1 count, and that one just is a bit too far inside to him. Gio Ferraro most recently played for the USPBL Diamond Hoppers before coming to the Ogden Raptors. His first season with them, and he's made a big impact. One of the best bats on the team, but he swings and misses on the 1-1. He's just provided an impressive amount of power where every time he comes up to the plate, you know that hard contact could get the ball to leave the ballpark. Fans in Linquist Field trying to urge Ferraro on. It's got all the makings of a grand slam. Time called. And it's a pitch clock violation.
Just ran out of time. He had taken quite a bit of time. There was plenty of noise, and the clock just ran to 0.
That's the first pitch clock violation we've seen in quite a while here at Lindquist. There was a stretch of games there where Chase Valentine got a ball 1 pitch clock violation, something like 3 or 4 games in a row. So now it's a 2-2 count. Incoming pitch, that one's inside, and we're full.
With no outs, the runners have to be alert of a line drive. Corner infielders playing a little bit in.
Ferraro, 3 for 10 in this series, batting exactly .300. Here comes the payoff pitch, and he fouls this one away. But he had, Ferraro, the best series of any Raptor when they went out to Montana playing the Voyagers and the Range Riders. He didn't play in one of the games, but across 5 games, he went 11 for 20, which was good enough for a .550 batting average. Monstrous numbers. And trying to put an exclamation point on this game. The 3-2 is inside. The runner is going to come in to score as he would have anyway because the man was walked home. But Pappas still had to rush to go get the ball as Chase Valentine could have tried to hustle home too if he wanted. So ball 4 walks the run home. The bases are still loaded and there are still no outs. And Colson Lawrence coming up to bat, coming off of a home run in game 1 and a home run in game 2.
Looks like that might be all for the left-hander as Troy Percival is coming out of the dugout.
The whole infield is going to come in, and you're exactly right. A right-hander is going to come into the ball game for Long Beach Coast. That is a short outing for Garrett Vandeventer as he doesn't even make it through the 4th inning. Vandeventer, his last inning, or his last appearance was relief, and he went 4 innings. So his relief appearance last time was longer than his start this time. New pitcher coming in. We'll have a couple words with his defense before getting warmed up. That new pitcher is Gary Grosjean, native of Truckee, California. Most recently played baseball down under in Perth for the Perth Heat.
It's a pretty good size guy, 6 feet, 205 pounds. On the season, this will be his 12th appearance. He's got a record of 3-1 with a 6.97 earned run average. Grosjean's worked 20 2/3 innings, allowing 21 hits, 16 runs, all of them earned. He has walked 9 and struck out 18. The Pioneer League is batting just .263 against him.
He offers a 4-seam fastball, a sinker, a slider, and a changeup. And this is his 3rd season in the Pioneer League as he spent 2 seasons with the Idaho Falls Chuckers. So he has been alongside manager Troy Percival for quite a while. His pitches just now and warm up have quite a lot of movement on them. And like you said, he's been a successful reliever thus far.
He's a guy that can give him a little distance. He has started 3 games this year, so if he pitches well here, it is possible that with Percival thinking about days ahead, that he may end up going 2 innings, maybe even close out this game.
You have to remember we're only playing 7 innings in this game, so just 3 innings left after this 4th inning. Colson Lawrence coming in the bat. The bases are loaded. Chase Valentine on 3rd. Carmine Lane on 2nd. Gio Ferraro on 1st. First pitch misses outside to Colson Lawrence. I mean, talk about coming in a high leverage situation. You've got no time to warm up, no time to get comfortable. The bases are loaded. You've got nowhere to put him, and you're going up against one of the most powerful bats in the Pioneer League. 1-0 pitch is batted into the stands, or the netting in front of the stands, making a few fans flinch.
Garrett Vandeventer is going to be watching these few at-bats because all the runners on base. Runners at 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are his responsibility.
Switching from the lefty, Vandeventer, to the righty, Grosjean. The 1-1 is poked up in the air, up the right field line. It's going to tail foul. Going on the chase is Cooper Vest, but it sails out of play, and he's unable to get there. Strike 2. Cooper Vest covered a lot of distance out there in right field. I mean, he was starting in basically straightaway right field and made it all the way to the wall. 1-2 count, still no outs. The Raptors have taken an 8-2 lead in this one. They're out hitting Long Beach 10-4, and Long Beach has also had one error. Here comes the 1-2. Poked foul once again. Lawrence stays alive. While Lawrence does lead the team in home runs at 19, also leads the team in strikeouts at 65. So definitely has a propensity to swing and miss. He's already struck out once today, so make that number actually 66. Grosjean, glove at his belt, into his motion now, the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Big strikeout for Grosjean as he comes in and immediately sits down the first batter he faces, but they still need 2 more outs to get out of this jam.
That was a pretty good fastball. That was towards the middle of the plate at 92 miles an hour, and Lawrence just swung through it. Here's a hot batter, Sebastian Greco, who's got a home run in all 3 games in this series. He'll be looking for a grand slam here.
That was a very successful Coors Light call to the bullpen by Long Beach Coast as Grosjean comes in. First batter is sat down, but the next one, a wild pitch. Coming home to score is Chase Valentine. And bases no longer loaded. Takes away the chance of a double play, which is huge, and a run scores.
Just yanked that pitch inside, and Greco is able to get out of the way. And for the Raptors, you know, in the Pioneer League, no lead is safe, but obviously these are some big runs as they're starting to kind of pull away from Long Beach.
So now a 1-0 count to Sebastian Greco, like you mentioned, a very hot bat, has already had a home run in this ball game. 1 for 4 in game 2 earlier today as he gets under the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be what looks to be a pop out. Coming over on it is Patrick Roche, and in barely fair territory, he squeezes it for the second out of the inning.
Greco didn't miss that one by much. That was another fastball at 92 miles an hour and just was a little bit tardy and popped it up in the infield. So if Grosjean can hold these 2 runners on base, I got to imagine Van Deventer is going to owe him a dinner, or at the very least a drink at the hotel.
Cole Jordan up to bat now. He singled last time up, 1 for 2 on the night. Swings and misses on the first pitch to him. Jordan has a bit of a tendency to miss that way sometimes, where his back foot slides away from the plate, and it almost takes his entire body away from the ball, and it makes it really hard for him to reach the outside pitch, which is where that one was.
Almost looks like he's moonwalking at the plate.
Does almost the exact same thing there as he tips the 0-1 to make it 0-2. Both of those have been outside, and I would expect Grosjean on this one to just take it even further outside, not challenge the zone, and see if you can get Jordan to chase. Runners on second and third. And that one barely misses, a bit too high, but Grosjean did try to go outside again with it.
That's a perfect place you want to take an 0-2 pitch. And Jordan did a good job of not swinging at it. Right, for Grosjean, do you go back with a fastball or do you go with something off speed here?
1-2, 2 outs. The pitch hit hard, left field. Bye-bye. 3-run homer for Cole Jordan. And the Raptors have cracked this game open.
Sometimes people have one too many cold ones, and that was one too many fastballs for Grosjean as that one found the middle of the plate. And well, we saw that with the 2 strike pitches to Lawrence and Greco. And boy, Jordan didn't miss that one as he's got a home run in both games of this doubleheader. And how about that? That was 417 feet. And boy, Jordan got just about all of that one. And if you're Grosjean, you're probably thinking, probably should have gone with something off speed there.
Jordan has been seeing the ball well recently. He has had a home run in his last 4 games, a grand slam in the final game of the Glacier Range Riders series. So he has gone grand slam, homer, homer, homer. And it brings up Garrett Bivacqua. Fouls the first pitch off 0-1. Those runs hurt as well as they came on 2 outs. The Greco home run and now the 3-run homer both have come on 2 outs.
Well, hitting coaches always talk about 2-out hitting, and Ed Campanella's got to be thrilled at the Raptors 2-out hitting here today, both this afternoon and this evening.
Raptors 12, Long Beach Coast 2-2. Bevacqua hits this one hard. It doesn't have the height to get over Raptors Ridge, and it bounces off the bottom of the wall. That's going to go down as extra base hits, if not more. Rounding second and going to third, Bevacqua looks like he might fall, but he stays standing up and is now standing on third base. Flashes a double thumbs up to his dugout, and that's a triple for Garrett Bevacqua.
It's one of those looked like the center fielder had a beat on it, had a long run, and just couldn't come up with it. And for Garrett Bevacqua, he utilizes Raptors Ridge about as much as anybody on the team. You know, he hit the home run in early July over Raptors Ridge and utilizes it for a triple here.
And Corona out in center field, like you said, he ran that ball down and slid on his knees to attempt to catch it, which meant when he missed it, he had to pop up and run all the way back about 7 feet behind him. So the Raptors have officially batted around as Tyler Gannis is back up. First pitch to him misses outside. Hank Dodson stands in the on-deck circle with the classic look that every catcher knows, where you keep the knee pads on when there are 2 outs and you're on deck. 1-0, called strike in the bottom right side of the strike zone to Gannis, and now it's 1-1. If you want to chime in, text us on the text line at 385-240-1121. That's 385-240-1121. Next pitch to Gannis is right down the middle. He knew it. Kind of dropped his bat, knew that it was going to be a strike right away, but there's also an aspect where just because it's a strike doesn't mean you have to swing if it's not a pitch that you're going to do something beneficial and productive with.
Yeah, especially before 2 strikes, anything like that, you just take it.
1-2 misses too low. Gannis mirrors the flight of the ball as he kind of bent his legs and dropped his chest with it.
Right, back-to-back off-speed pitches, and Grosjean's probably thinking, that probably should have been the pitch to Jordan, as he's probably still regretting throwing that fastball.
2-2 to Gannis, looking to get on base twice this inning. He just barely taps the ball that was outside of the zone, but he protects well, and it's foul. We'll do the 2-2 again. Tyler Gannis played his college baseball at Northwestern University and then went over to Oregon. 23-year-old from Los Angeles, California. Waves his teal bat over home plate. Now gets into his slightly open batting stance. Here comes the 2-2. This one fouled away as well. Gannis continues to battle. Gannis avoids strikeouts about the best of anyone on the team. He's got 13 strikeouts across 95 at-bats. That's basically the best ratio you're going to find of any Raptor. 2 outs. Bevacqua just 90 feet away from scoring. He needs a Gannis hit if he's going to cross home plate, and Tyler's showing why his strikeout numbers are so low. He just protects until he finds the pitch he likes.
Putting together a pretty good battle. Interesting to see Grosjean go with all these off-speed pitches, knowing that he wishes he had that back to Jordan. And Troy Percival is running out. There's nobody warming up, and so this is more of a strategy session than anything else, and they're probably going over pitch selection.
The Raptors won game 1 of this series very convincingly as they got off to a very hot start, led by 12 at one point during that game, and walked away with a 9-run victory. Now, the first game today was a different story. They lost that one 28-11, 17-run loss. But so far, it's been all Raptors in this ball game, 11-2. They've already scored 5 runs in the bottom of this 4th inning.
I think it's actually 12-2.
Oh, you're right. It's 12-2. They've scored 6 runs in the bottom of this inning. It's now a full count. The board out there is not updated.
Yeah, the scoreboard here at Lindquist Field has it as 11-2, but it is a 12-2 game.
6 runs have come across the plate in the bottom of this 4th inning. Full count pitch. And that one's outside. And Tyler Gannis is fired up as he walks down to first base. Just proving everything I said. He protects, he waits for the right pitch, and he's not afraid to just take a walk. He doesn't have to get a hit. He knows just how important it is for him to get on base.
Well, that was a perfect at-bat, and he just keeps the line moving, and you know those walks add up, especially if Dodson get a hit here, and that was just a great at-bat by Gannis as he was battling off speed pitches, and that was just a beautiful at-bat.
Dodson sheds his armor as he takes off his catching knee pads as he steps into the box. First pitch misses outside to him, and it's 1-0. Dodson picked up his first hit of the series back earlier in this inning when he hit a single to right field. That same single would score Bevacqua. Runners are on the corners right now. Next pitch misses outside.
Campanella, the third base coach, flashing the signs.
2-0 incoming. And it is fouled back by Dodson. Grosjean went for the fastball, 93 miles an hour.
Well, it's amazing to see pro baseball players that can react that quickly. They can make contact on something coming that hard. Always amazed at the hand-eye coordination of a pro ball player.
Just don't think it's anything you can fathom if you haven't experienced that before. Just the speed that the ball comes in at. I took a couple at-bats against some of my college friends who play college softball at Nebraska, who was one of the best teams in the nation this year. And the fastballs I could get a bat on, the second they put any spin on it, I mean, you just feel silly because you swing, and then the ball is just a good 3 inches in a different location than you're expecting it to be. It's a 3-1 count to Hank Dodson. Runner goes to second. Dodson pulls this one up the left field line, but it's just barely foul. So now it's a full count. Dodson earlier in this inning executed that perfect hit and run where he hit that one to kind of right center field. Don't really need to hit and run on the 2-out scenario, as obviously everyone's just going on contact.
Gannis is being held on at first, so he can't get too much of a lead. He's got to make sure the pitch comes to the plate.
Payoff pitch, 3-2. And that one catches the outside of the zone for called strike 3. We're going to get a red pocket mobile strike zone challenge by Hank Dodson, who very clearly thought it was a ball. But the call is going to be confirmed to be a strike. And that's a strikeout looking to end the inning. But the Ogden Raptors score 6 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, and they lead this one 12-2 after 4. Just 3 innings left in this 7-inning game. And the Long Beach Coast are going to need to mount a 10-run comeback. You're listening to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Who's pitching?
3 wireless carriers.
Big corporate mobile. Our stock always goes up.
So do your prices. I'm out. We're cheap, just like your coverage.
We're Red Pocket, your new ultimate cell carrier. Only we give you all 3. No price increases, 2-minute care, and all major networks for your best 5G coverage.
What's your ask?
$10?
You've got a deal. Switch to Red Pocket. Like me, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Do you thrive on a challenge? Does crafting complex parts ignite your passion? Peterson Inc. isn't your average manufacturer. We're world-class, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We're looking for skilled welders and machinists to join our team. People who take pride in precision. If you're wanting to contribute to groundbreaking innovations, Peterson Inc. is your place. Visit petersoninc.com and join the team that builds the future.
Hey, gang, you're watching Ogden Raptors professional baseball right here on the Raptors Baseball Network. Ciao, baby.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Top of the 5th inning, and it is 12-2 in favor of the Raptors. First pitch, a called strike from Nico Saltaformaggio. Leading off this inning is Tyler Young, the 9-hole hitter. Due up after that is Eddie Pelk and Patrick Roche. Next pitch is swung on. And it's a foul ball, as Tyler Young didn't know where that ball was. He was looking up in the air as he had actually hit that one straight down. 0-2 quickly. Saltaformaggio on the night has 5 strikeouts already.
Scoreboard is updated to a 12-2 Raptors lead. 12 runs on 12 hits. How about Saltaformaggio's doing the job on the mound? He's only allowed 4 hits in 4 innings.
That 0-2 misses too low. A good 0-2 pitch from Saltaformaggio as Don't really need to challenge the strike zone in that scenario. Tyler Young bats just 175 on the season. He's only played in 29 games. This one, a grounder that finds the gap between first and second base, and so that is just Tyler Young's 12th hit of the season.
Young, a very solid defensive player, and was one of those with 2 strikes, just had to pitch on the outer half and just went the other way with it. And, Jordan kind of playing a little bit more up the middle and turns into the 5th hit for Long Beach tonight.
Long Beach is needing to mount a comeback and needing to mount it fast in this abbreviated game. Top of the lineup, due up. First pitch is a called strike to Eddie Pelk. Pelk doubled to lead off the ball game, then flew out to left field his last time up. Eddie is known to have the best eye in the Pioneer League. He has walked 87 times.
I think that actually broke a league record recently. And if you think about it, we still got a month left in the season. So if he plays for the rest of the year, he's going to shatter that record to a just about unreachable mark.
Fouls the next pitch off over behind his right side, so it's now 0-2.
Which is surprising. He's not like some guy that's 5'5" or 5'6" that's got an insanely small strike zone. He's just ultra patient at the plate.
0-2. Salty looking for his 6th strikeout of the night and first out of this inning. This one, a line drive right back up the middle. Valentine will take it to second himself. A jump throw, and he gets the second out as well. 6-3 double play that was absolutely powered by Chase Valentine's athleticism.
Boy, raced the bag himself and almost looked like he was using that momentum once he got to second base. Was able to put together a very hard throw to first for the double play. Boy, Chase Valentine's athleticism, when you watch game in and game out, it just continues to amaze you.
2 outs, Patrick Roche up to bat. And you have not seen the Eddie Pelk in this series that had been displayed kind of throughout the season for Long Beach Coast. As Eddie, the man who just grounded into that double play, bats .379 on the season. He's got the best batting average on the team, most hits, worked the most walks, and that's just the 3rd double play he's grounded into. This one, a fly ball that goes into left field. Tyler Gannis squeezes it, and another scoreless inning for Long Beach Coast. 1-2-3 after the double play, and the Raptors still lead by 10. You're listening to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Do you thrive on a challenge? Does crafting complex parts ignite your passion? Peterson Inc. isn't your average manufacturer. We're world-class, pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We're looking for skilled welders and machinists to join our team. People who take pride in precision. If you're wanting to contribute to groundbreaking innovations, Peterson Inc. is your place. Visit petersoninc.com and join the team that builds the future.
Are you okay? You seem upset. Turns out you were right. Our car was breaking down and we did need a new one with a loan from America First Credit Union. Me saying there was no hurry and to wait was wrong. Hey, on the bright side, we got to meet Huey.
Get your money working with our low-rate auto loans, now with no payments for 90 days.
Who's pitching?
3 wireless carriers.
Big corporate mobile. Our stock always goes up.
So do your prices. I'm out. We're cheap, just like your coverage.
We're Red Pocket, your new ultimate cell carrier. Only we give you all 3. No price increases, 2-minute care, and all major networks for your best 5G coverage.
What's your ask?
$10?
You've got a deal. Switch to Red Pocket. Like me, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network, and Arden Locke is joined here now by Colonel Randy Watts. First off, thank you so much for your service.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Thanks for having me.
We're thrilled to have you here on a night where Folds of Honor is on full display here at Lindquist Field. So can you just share with us a little bit of what you do with Folds of Honor and that organization as a whole?
Sure. I'm president of the Utah chapter of Folds of Honor. We've been in existence now for almost 2 years. So far, we've given out $220,000 in scholarships to fallen service members, disabled service members' families, as well as first responders.
That's amazing. It's so important, the work you guys do, and really cool to see even before the game tonight, you know, giving out a scholarship here at Lindquist Field. How do you feel like, you know, this American sport of baseball lends itself to, you know, we honor veterans every single night here at Lindquist and everything like that?
Well, there's not there's not much more American than baseball, right? And then of course you take the freedoms that we have that have been delivered by service members and supported by first responders. A person like myself, I've you know, served a number of years, been overseas in support of a number of operations in the last 20 years, and being able to come to a baseball game and to present a scholarship, a $5,000 scholarship to a worthy recipient of a service member family is just extremely rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. How did you yourself get involved with Folds of Honor? Obviously, serving yourself, you're involved in the military, but then how did that next step happen?
Well, so essentially what happened is a gentleman by the name of Dave Comby, a former executive for ATK here out of Utah, had worked with ATK, had a relationship with Folds of Honor, and he was working out of corporate headquarters in Michigan. And when he retired, moved back to Utah, he found out there wasn't a chapter here, so he started it. He knew of me and reached out to me, and of course I was very happy to get involved here. And you look nationally, it's a national organization, chapters in 39 states. And so far, since founding in 2007, Folds of Honor has given out $330 million in scholarships, over 73,000 scholarships to deserving families.
Myself, I played college golf, and I know Folds of Honor had a big impact in college golf. There's a tournament where we honor fallen soldiers. A lot of us had bag tags on the bags that we carried. So just an incredible organization. What can people do who are listening in? We have people in Utah here, also out in Long Beach Coast for the visitors listening. If they feel passionately about what they're hearing right now, how can they contribute and help what you guys do?
Sure. Foldsofhonor.org. Foldsofhonor.org. It is a nonprofit, very successful. 93% of all donations go directly to scholarships and scholarship recipients. And as I said, Dan Rooney, the founder, Lieutenant Colonel, retired Dan Rooney, besides being the founder of Folds of Honor and also a golf professional, he has tied those things together. So Folds of Honor has a relationship with the PGA at a number of levels. Corn Ferry events, Folds of Honor is involved with. So anybody individually can donate. You can go to the website, again, foldsofhonor.org, and you can see the different levels. And then corporations, which are a big part of Folds of Honor's success, can do the same. And we're happy to entertain contact, and we'd be happy to come and talk with anyone.
That's foldsofhonor.org. Thank you so much, Colonel Randy Watts. First off, thank you for your service, and now for your continued work with Folds of Honor. We really appreciate and are honored to have you on tonight.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate the opportunity.
Chase Valentine is on second after the strikeout by Carmine Lane. And now it's 1 out, and Ferraro stepping up to the plate. Gio actually just 0 for 1 tonight. He has had 2 at-bats that he walked in. Next pitch misses too low, and we are going to get a Red Pocket Mobile Strike Zone challenge. It was called a ball. And we're awaiting the verdict. Call is overturned to a called strike, so a good challenge by Johnny Pappas behind home plate. So now an 0-1 count, and I am joined back now with my partner, Tyson Whiting. Tyson, welcome back.
Good to be back. It was great to see that Chase Valentine double. 4 hits on the evening. He's had a good game.
Best game of the series thus far by a pretty decent margin, and he's got the attention of Grosjean down the base paths right now. This next pitch is fouled up and away by Gio Ferraro, so he falls behind 0-2. Raptors have scored in 3 of their 4 innings tonight. 5 in the first, none in the second, 1 in the third, and 6 in the fourth. 2 home runs have contributed to some of those, as well as just a host of singles and well-placed base hits. Runner goes and Chase Valentine, but this ball is fouled away. And that's the second time that Valentine has taken off for third and had to retreat.
With Ferraro having 2 strikes there, he just pitch found the strike zone, just trying to protect the plate and protect the runner. And pretty good time to run, though, with 2 strikes with Valentine. See if he can get him to third with either one out or at the very least 2 outs if Ferraro were to go down swinging.
Do the 0-2 once again. Ferraro has been protecting the zone all at bat long. He waits on an off speed, takes this one right up to center field. That bounces in front of Corona. Stopping at third is Chase Valentine. And you've got runners on the corners after a nicely placed base hit by Gio Ferraro. Those are the hits that I think excite Ed Campanello, the hitting coach, the most, is when you get 2 strikes on you. It's an at-bat that really the pitcher feels like he's in control of, and you still manage to walk away with a hit.
The Raptors have done that time and time again here, not only tonight, but in this series and really all year. That was a tricky one for Valentine to read, as that one hung up in the air just enough to where maybe he thought the center fielder would have had a play on it, and so that's why Valentine was only able to get to third.
Runners at the corners for Colson Lawrence. Not his best night so far, 1 for 3. Runner takes off, but it's hit foul, so Ferraro is going to have to retreat. We said we were going to rate the sunset. It's not quite set yet, but you're getting the orangish hue on the mountains out in front of us. And especially with it reflecting off of the windows out in that building in right field that you can see just barely on the right side of your screen if you're watching HTN, I'm giving it a solid 8.5 right now with room to improve. 0-1. Colson Lawrence bats it. It bounces off of the net and falls directly down into the Long Beach Coast dugout. Looks like everyone's okay.
Including Josh Ijeka, who is nearby.
He's a ball magnet.
You know, it's impressive that you can put together a good score on a sunset, considering we're looking at the mountains out east and the sunset is out west. But it does look like a beautiful sunset. I might even go 8.8.
I think it's more you can just see the reflection here, right?
Yeah.
Off those windows. Here comes the 0-2 to Lawrence. He hits this one on one hop. It goes through the legs of Jablonski at second base. The throw is not in time over to first, and that's definitely got to be an E4. It's been a tough grounding fielding day for the infield of Long Beach Coast. Chase Valentine will score, and that is the second error on Jablonski of the night.
That was a somewhat hard-hit ball, but Jablonski was thinking about turning too, and well, you can't skip steps when you're out there. You know, it's just trying to do too much where it's almost like you're thinking about getting that flip over towards second base before you have the baseball. And Jablonski was thinking ahead and just couldn't come up with the most important thing, and that was to get the baseball and then figure out what to do with it.
Sebastian Greco up now. 2 for 3 on the night. Huge home run. Make that 3, 4, 4. That one's gone. A multi-home run night for Sebastian Greco. It's a 3-run homer. .402 feet, a pitch that was just left too far over home plate, middle. And Sebastian Greco's bat has been hot.
He's putting on a lightning show of his own. We had a lightning delay that turned into a precipitation suspension. And for Sebastian Greco, you're talking about putting on a show this evening. 2 home runs tonight. Also had a home run in the game earlier today. And boy, Sebastian Greco's just got so much raw power, and he doesn't even have to hit it that hard for it to go out of the ballpark. And he hit that one well, but it didn't seem like that was as hard as he could hit it. And it still went out over the center field wall.
Chose basically the deepest part of Lindquist to try to bat that one out of. And now another owner of a home run tonight, Cole Jordan. He homered his last time up. Colson Lawrence and Gio Ferraro's runs were both unearned in that scenario, as Colson obviously reached on that error. One count to Cole Jordan. Had that deep home run his last time up. Next pitch catches the bottom of the strike zone, and it's 1-2 against Kojo.
Well, it's amazing what the Raptors have done offensively in this series, especially when you consider just how good the pitching staff is of Long Beach. I mean, they came into play with a team ERA of just a little bit above 5, which in the Pioneer League is outstanding. And they're doing this against a pretty good pitching staff.
Jordan protects as he fouls this next pitch back. The big matchup in this series was the fact that you had the best offense in the Pioneer League and the Ogden Raptors going against the best defense in this Pioneer League and pitching staff of the Long Beach Coast. So far, especially the way that game 3 is looking. The offense of Ogden has taken control, but you do have to acknowledge, as a swing and a miss strikeout on Cole Jordan is recorded, that Long Beach Coast beat the brakes off of Ogden earlier today.
Well, the great thing, you know, after a game like that is you just get to come back, put on a new jersey, and half hour later get back to work. And the Raptors were easily able to turn the page after that, and I think that 5-run first inning just kind of set the tone for the rest of this game.
First pitch misses outside to Garrett Bivacqua, 1-0. Garrett 1 for 3 on the night, but did manage a triple earlier in this ball game. That was Garrett's first triple of the season. This one right back up the middle, uses the mound as a little bit of a ski jump and makes it rounding all the way into center field. Mishandled slightly by Corona as he drops it, but Bivacqua decides that's not enough of a miscue for him to take second. The Raptors have scored multiple times on 2 outs today. Sebastian Greco's home run back in the 3rd was on 2 outs. Cole Jordan's home run in the last inning was on 2 outs. Now Tyler Gannis is going to look to score the 4th and 5th runs of the game on 2 outs for the Ogden Raptors. Raptors have batted around for the 2nd inning in a row. Bivacqua dives head first back to first base on the pickoff attempt.
Well, good thing we're only playing 7 innings, as your scorebook once again is a mess.
I need to buy a new scorebook. It's becoming an issue.
Although it is a pretty good-looking scorebook.
I like a lot of the different, what is it, features. That's probably the right word for it. I like the features it has. First pitch is a called strike to Tyler Gannis. Tyler, in the beginning of this inning, remember, worked that hard-earned, the hard-earned walk that he kind of fought for, fouled off a few pitches for, everything like that. Swings and misses on the next pitch, and he falls behind 0-2. Same position that he got to in his last at-bat, and then he just continued to work his way back into the count. Two-two count. The noise meter is up on the left field big screen, getting the Linquist Field fans fired up. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's fouled away as Evan Parker, credit to him, did not flinch whatsoever standing there on first base.
He still hasn't moved. He is stuck like a statue.
Finally moved now.
Although everybody in that Long Beach bullpen, they made sure to jump.
They don't have the don't flinch game that the Chuckers had.
Oh, definitely don't.
To the 0-2 once again to Gannis, and that one is outside for ball 1. Remember, Gannis has struck out just 13 times this season. A real strength of his is his discipline at the plate and his ability to continue to work at-bats in his favor, even after he falls behind. Can he do it in back-to-back at-bats? He waits and doesn't swing on the next one, and that misses outside and low as well, and it's deuces. Johnny Linquist, one of the owners of the Ogden Raptors. His face is up on the big screen yelling deuces, as it always is. 16-2 in favor of the Ogden Raptors, trying to pick up their 2nd win in this series. Abbreviated 7-inning game. The 2-2 pitch is tapped high in the air to shallow right field. Coming in on it is Vest and Jablonski. Neither of them able to make the play, and that just falls in the donut out in right field. And once again, Tyler Gannis falls behind 0-2, battles his way back, is now standing on first, and flashes that double thumbs up towards his dugout that have become the Raptors' signature move.
Once again, great 2-strike hitting and 2-out hitting, and that just was in that perfect spot. And the Raptors have had a few of those where it's just been perfectly placed right there between the right fielder, second baseman, and first baseman, and nobody was able to come up with the baseball.
Little voice crack. You need a Pepsi, Tyson?
I think that the air is a little thick, and it's a tough day. Pepsi would definitely be something I'd go for.
Long day for everyone out here. Dodson, a line drive right over the outstretched glove of Jablonski at second. Coming home to score is Garrett Bivacqua, and going for third is Gannis, and he makes it there easily. And Hank Dodson's picked up his first RBI of the night.
One single after another and one good at bat after another, and Hank Dodson has hit the ball hard here in the second game of this doubleheader, and That was 91 miles an hour, but caught too much of the plate. And good job by Dotson, not trying to pull the ball, just took it the other way. And boy, the approaches at the plate here for the Raptors have just been outstanding all series. Normally, Troy Percival's the one making the pitching changes. It looks like it's Jerome Williams on this occasion, making the Coors Light call to the bullpen for Long Beach.
New pitcher is coming in for Long Beach. It's currently the Raptors 17, Long Beach 2. I was expecting closer matchups, I will say, in this series, just with the best defense going up against the best offense. I thought it'd be, a bit of a bar fight of sorts, that just scratching tooth and nail for any run. But in reality, it's kind of been, runs have been, plentiful. They've been early and often.
3 blowouts. We had that 17-9 game on Tuesday, and obviously Wednesday got suspended to today, and then we had the 28-11 game earlier today. And it's interesting that Red Pocket series that we had about a month ago. Those were one-run games and close battles, and I think we're expecting that. And I think everybody in both dugouts were expecting that, and we might get that later on in this series. But so far, we've had 3 blowouts. And really, when you think about the excitement we've seen in the first 3 games of this series, if you're in the Ogden area for the next 3 days, or even if you're not in the area, make sure you are in the area to enjoy some baseball this weekend, as this has been highly entertaining. Don't forget, we got games on Friday and Saturday night at 6:30, and Sunday afternoon is going to be a 1 o'clock start. And I believe on Sunday we're going to honor the great job that Evan Parker has done here in 3 years as Raptors skipper, and it's certainly going to be a lot of fun this weekend.
Evan Parker coaching first base. Ed Campanella, who's going to become the interim manager, has been manning third for this whole series. New pitcher is the right-hander for Long Beach Coast, Jonathan Kozaski. Los Angeles, California native, went to Point Loma Nazarene University for college, just 22 years old, so one of the younger members of Long Beach Coast staff. First pitch works up and inside on Chase Valentine.
Do you know where Point Loma Nazarene University is?
I think it's in California. San Diego, California. 1-0. Catches the end of the bat from Chase Valentine. Chasing in on it is Cooper Vest, and he makes the snag, almost framing it like a catcher for the final out of the inning. The Raptors add 5 runs in the bottom of the 5th. They have scored 11 in the last 2 innings, and they lead this one by 15. 2 innings left in this ball game. Top of the 6th incoming after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
I had a couple of friends that have come here, and they said that the education from the instructors was just really great. It was kind of between Davis Tech and here, and I decided to pick here because of the instructors. I've always loved hair, nail, and skin and all of those things, so I just thought it was a perfect career opportunity to be able to make my own schedule and do what I love. I really love doing men's haircuts, so that's probably my favorite. That, and then just coloring's fun because you get to experiment and kind of create new things, which is always fun. It's fun because they're like our instructors and they teach us lots, but they've always become like our friends, and they're always like motivating us to do new things and challenging us, and like really care about us individually and like what's going on in our lives at home, what's going on in our life at school, and they're just very compassionate towards us. I would say 100% do it, even if you're kind of on the edge, because you meet a lot of new friends, you make great relationships, and then it's just fun. You learn a lot of like life skills as well, which is great, but it's just overall a great program. I'm Callie Rasmussen, and I'm a cosmetology student here at OTEC.
LWE has become an industry leader and performed new construction and retrofit work to companies in several industries. LWE is located in northern Utah and has performed work throughout the western United States. We can be reached at 801-621-3220.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Tickets are on sale now by calling 801-393-2450 or at ogden-raptors.com. Or simply stop by the Linquist Field box office in person at 23rd and Lincoln. The Raptors are the 9th highest attended sports team in Utah, including the colleges, and the #1 attended venue north of Salt Lake. And let me tell you, you got to come out here. Tyson's plugging it. I'm plugging it. Make your way out to Linquist Field. Next pitch misses inside from Nico Saltzformaggio, but he nods in agreement with Hank Dodson as they're pretty vocal when it seems that they like the spots they hit. They like the pitches they're throwing. Is real strength of Hank Dodson behind the plate. This one on one hop given over to Saltzformaggio, and he'll underhand toss it to Ferraro for the first out of the inning. A strength of Hank Dodson is just the way that he communicates with his pitchers, even non-verbally, of just the cues, the little hand motions he does, the nodding of heads. It's underrated how much a catcher can influence the game.
Certainly calms down a pitcher and keeps them confident. And Saltzformaggio, you know, obviously everybody's going to talk about the 17 runs, but he's been about as good as he's been all year tonight.
This one, a grounder that got past the glove of Cole Jordan, and Jordan's a little bit frustrated as he claps on his glove in frustration. Feels like he should have had that one.
That was a hard hit ball, but it was a little bit towards his right, so he had to go to his backhand and just couldn't come up with the baseball.
So Matthew Bardwell is having a great day with a home run and a single. But the Long Beach Coast are going to need to mount a 15-run comeback in 2 innings. They're going to wish this ball game was 9 innings. First pitch misses inside to Cuba Bess. Cuba had been the hottest bat on Long Beach Coast's team coming into this game. Had a home run in Game 1 and had 2 grand slams in Game 2. That added up to 8 RBIs earlier today. Saltzformaggio seems to be aware of it and is pitching really along the outsides of the zone to Bess.
That was in the line at Lucky Slice Pizza, getting a couple slices. Talked with Jesse Cook, the broadcaster of Long Beach, and he remembered a 2 grand slam game last season, so we know that's at least the second time it's happened in league history.
Hitting the deck is the first base coach as Bess's foul ball almost took off a couple heads.
Just about took out his entire bullpen as everybody got up and made sure they didn't get hit with that one.
And they're going to need that bullpen as we are just in Game 3 of a 6-game series. No matter how long today has felt, still only halfway through. Next pitch is inside, and it's now a 3-1 count.
I have upgraded my sunset grade to an even 9.0. Although, sadly enough, it looks like we're getting a little bit of that Southern California smog here this evening.
Long Beach brought it with them. 3-1, batted right back up the middle. That'll bounce in front of Colson Lawrence, and a single advances Bardwell 90 feet, and Bess now stands on first.
Well, you can't beat this setting, especially this time of day. You got the sunset gleaming off the mountains. You got the temple behind center field, and this is about as beautiful a setting as you're going to have in all of professional baseball.
Runners are on first and second with 1 out for Emilio Corona. Stands at the ready, his sliding mitt in his back right pocket. He waves and misses on the first pitch from Saltzformaggio. Corona tonight is 1 for 2, singled back in the 2nd inning. Flew out to Chase Valentine, that ball that weakly hit into shallow left field. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. This one right back up the middle. Saltzformaggio ducks his head for his own safety, and that goes down as another base hit to center field. Surprisingly, we've had multiple balls into the outfield, and yet none of them have allowed any runner to move more than 90 feet.
I think it's one of those, considering the score and the situation, obviously Long Beach probably, it's very much a long shot, but Troy Gloss just wants to kind of keep the base runners in motion, and he knows that there are some pretty good arms in the outfield with the Raptors. So I don't think he wants the Coast to run into any outs here unnecessarily.
Evan Parker is going to call time and have a few words with Saltzformaggio, his pitcher. Hank Dodson will come out to join the fray as well.
Well, it's interesting. We talked with Evan Parker. He wanted Saltzformaggio to work this 7-inning game, knowing that he was going to have to use a lot of the bullpen in the game earlier today. And you knew that it was going to be a tough test in that game, knowing that they were down 7-0 in the top of the first, and so I think that Evan Parker knew that he had the ace in the hole right there for Salter Formaggio, probably expecting him to go all 7, if not all 7, then at least 6 innings here, and I think Salter Formaggio has given Evan Parker just exactly what he wanted.
Home plate umpire Mike Green seems very involved in this mound meeting. He's standing there with the baby blue that he's wearing, kind of looking like part of the team.
He also knows that his favorite restaurant closes at 11, and he wants to make sure to get out of there so he can get dinner before it closes, which I wouldn't blame him.
I mean, I can't imagine, like, the desire Mike Green must have right now. Mike Breen, I'm thinking about the NBA. That Mike Green must have right now for an ice cold Pepsi that is offered here at Lindquist.
Yeah, he certainly is thinking about that for after the game, especially on this Thirsty Thursday.
Now, he hasn't been in padding the whole night, so that's good news for him. But as a whole, looking forward to that drink, I can imagine. First pitch from Salty Post mound meeting catches the outside of the zone for strike 1.
Well, you had mentioned the GOAT, Mike Breen.
Bang! If you know, you know.
Yeah. Double bang.
Maybe I'll just throw a bang for the next home run. If we get another home run in this game, I'm going to Mike Breen it. Big swing and a miss, makes it an 0-2 count.
Well, you can do that for a strikeout, too. Just a nice punch out, especially a called third strike. You can go bang there.
That might be more fitting, honestly. I'm going to incorporate bang somewhere in the rest of this broadcast. 0-2 count, pitch coming into Jablonski. Runners are on first and second and third. Bases loaded. Next pitch misses way up too high, and Hank Dodson did a nice job protecting Green behind the plate. I got Breen on the brain. 1 out, bases are loaded. Raptor defense is set up to concede a run, but hopefully turn 2. Next pitch is fouled back into the backstop. Every defensive member of the infield is playing very deep.
Although with Valentine, he's kind of holding on the runner at second a little bit to try to cut off his lead. Of course, up the middle, they're looking to turn 2.
Raptors have already recorded a double play once tonight. Here comes the 1-2. That one's low in the dirt. Dodson drops to his knees, uses his chest, and keeps the ball in front of him. Textbook blocking behind the plate for Dodson.
And that's really the big value that he has to the team. I know his batting average isn't quite what he would like at this point, and he's hit the ball hard here tonight. But Dodson, his value is what he does behind the plate. You had mentioned the pitch calling and keeping pitchers calm and confident and blocking pitches, and he's about as good as anybody in the league at that.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Huge strikeout by Salter Formaggio. Bang!
That was pretty good. I'd give that a 10.
Better than the sunset?
Yeah, it was better than the sunset.
Yes. Huge for me.
That's a career accomplishment. You know, my best accomplishment ever is I got a 10-second answer from Greg Popovich on a night he was incredibly crabby and grumpy.
That's huge. First pitch is swung on and missed by Johnny Pappas. My favorite clip ever will forever be Doris Burke on Mother's Day saying, "My Mother's Day present to me is that I'm not going to interview tonight," and just walking away from Pop. 0-1, 2 outs, bases still loaded. Salter Formaggio trying to hold Long Beach scoreless in this inning. Next pitch misses too low. Knowing that Hank Dodson is the brick wall behind the plate that he is also allows Salter Formaggio to throw those breaking balls with a little bit more confidence, because you know that if they bite into the dirt, you've got someone protecting you behind the plate.
And that's huge as a pitcher, knowing you have that confidence that you can get nasty with that slider, knowing he's guy behind the plate's going to block it.
Oh, announcer's curse. Spikes it into the ground, and a run scores.
That was an epic announcer's jinx right there.
I mean, that is, if we can take the responsibility for a run scoring, that's about as close as we're ever going to have to be to that.
To Dodson's credit, that was a pretty tough pitch to block. That's one of those that, Dodson just about blocked that thing, but if you block it and the guy rolls towards his left, it didn't roll behind him, but just enough for the run to score.
1 run does score for Long Beach. Next pitch misses. First run they've scored since back in the 3rd inning, and just the 3rd inning, or just the 3rd run that they have scored today. 3-1 count now on Pappas, who has struck out looking his last 2 times up. His bat is bright red, but it has not been hot tonight. 3-1. That misses. Good news for Salts Formaggio is now that the run came in to score, there was first base open.
And now the double play, well, with 2 outs, and obviously it creates a force at every base. It's one of those, I think Salts Formaggio knows the responsibility of not only trying to get through this inning, but maybe trying to get through the 7th as well. And with a big lead, you're just, especially with the heat, 6 innings tonight might not be the same as 6 innings in a day where maybe the temperature is 80 degrees.
First pitch works up and inside into the grill of Tyler Young.
So he's just battling a little bit of fatigue, and after all, Young's the number 9 hitter in the order, and this is the 3rd time through for everybody. So the hitters have a pretty good beat on what Salts Formaggio is going to throw them, and so obviously you're playing that cat and mouse game, Salts Formaggio against the hitters.
1-0 pitch misses outside to make it 2-0. Now Salts Formaggio has gone, 6 or 7 innings multiple times this season. So this isn't a huge ask for him to finish off this game, but it also comes on a day that's just been long for every player. Nico didn't pitch game 1, but he was at the ballpark. He was here. Your day starts a little bit earlier. But his last 5 starts have all been 6 innings or longer. Scratch that. His last 9 starts. Here comes a 3-0 pitch, and that one's right down the middle for called strike 1.
That's outstanding when you get a guy at the top of the rotation that pretty much every outing you're going to get 6, 7, on even a couple occasions, even 8 innings out of him.
3-1. Nowhere to put the runner, or the batter, excuse me. The pitch is hit high hop. Carmine Lane will just take it himself and step on third. And Nico Salts Formaggio allows just 1 run to come across the plate, despite the bases being loaded with just 1 out. And the Raptors still hold a 14-run lead, 17-3, heading into the bottom of the 6th after this break on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
Whatever you do, don't drop the ball at the Raptors Stadium. And we don't want to let you drop the ball for your insurance. We want to make sure that you have the proper coverage and the best price. Here at the Insurance Center, we're going to take care of you. We've had a great relationship with the Raptors, and we want to have a great relationship with you. Your auto, your home, your life, your health, your business. We have experts that are there to take care of you. We've been doing this for a long time. We are your trusted choice insurance agency here locally. We are the only best practice insurance agency north of Salt Lake. Realize that we're going to take the best care of you. Give us a call, 801-622-2626. Look us up online, www.insurancecenterut.com. We're here to take care of you and hit the ball out of the park.
From the humble beginnings of Lael Bowman and Mel Kemp, the company has grown into a large steel facility supplying structural steel, reinforcing steel, and basement window systems.
Windward Electric is the foremost commercial and industrial electrical contractor in the Intermountain West. We value relationships as we strive to provide exceptional experiences for our clients. Call 801-648-7270 for a quote or visit windwardelectric.com today.
We are big enough to where we have established processes and procedures to protect you, but we're small enough to where there's still an owner.
Welcome into the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. We got a position player coming in to pitch. It's Benjamin Rosengard. He played third base a lot this series. Carmine Lane waits on a looping pitch and flies it into center field. The out is recorded. Emilio Corona settles under it. In this 6-inning game, likely the last at-bats that the Raptors will have, unless Long Beach is able to score 14 runs in the top of the 7th inning, which we've seen electric offense, but that would be something different. And we have a player interview with Nico Salts Formaggio. Nico, great game you're having so far. What has been working well for you, especially coming off of a pretty long morning? I know you didn't play, but still just at the ballpark.
Yeah, thank you, by the way. And I just wanted to go out there, attack, give the guy, I know the offense earlier guys were, gassed from being in the sun all day. So I just want to go attack and let them play. And I mean, obviously the offense is just incredible, just scoring a lot of runs for me. So it makes it a little bit easier.
How has your experience been this year, moving from more of that relieving role last year to really becoming the ace of the team this year?
It's been awesome. Not a really hard transition just because I did throw a lot of innings last year, but I just want to give the team the best chance I can to win. And I just felt like that was as a starter this year. And we have a bunch of guys around me that are really good as well. So it's been really fun.
Nico Saltramaggio, starting pitcher tonight, looking to move to 9-1 on the season. Nico, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you for having me.
Gio Ferraro times up the looping 47-mile-an-hour throw from Rosengard, and he's able to now stand on first base.
Man, what a job he did this evening. He knew that he had to go deep in the game, and he's done that time and time again, and he's just been the ace of the staff.
Looking like batting practice as this one bounces off the deep left field wall. Rounding second and going to third is Ferraro. The throw is not in time, and a double for Colson Lawrence off of Rosengard's slow pitch. This is the most position player-like pitching that we've gotten. As Cole Jordan was firing it at about 86 miles an hour. Bradley Pell's throws from the first game were closer to 70 miles an hour, but these ones are in the mid to low 40s.
This one was 47 miles an hour. I got to imagine he can go a little bit slower than that. That's tough for the hitter because he's got to supply just about all the power.
You saw that usually when Lawrence connects that much on a swing like that, you would expect it to be out of this ballpark, but hard to get a lot of pop on a ball that's got no pop on it. And I will say, we've been talking a lot about how we want to catch a foul ball this year.
It's about as close as you can get. As that one looped over the netting and looked like a fan made a pretty good play on it.
With the nature of how the ball is coming in, a pop out is not going to have very much pace behind home plate right now. Greco waits on this one, lifts it into left field, and it's out of here. Sebastian Greco with a 3-home run day. He saw what Carmine Lane did earlier today and said, let me have my own try at it. 3 home runs in the game today, in game 3, and also a home run earlier today.
Just an RBI fest for Greco, and he had to supply all the power, which is certainly fine with him. That was another pitch at 47 miles an hour, and what a day he'll never forget. How about that? You talk about a day where 2 separate Raptors had 3-homer games. Can't imagine that's happened many times in team history.
Cole Jordan watches a rainbow ball come in and miss low for ball 1. You do have to imagine now with 1 out leading by 17. Yes, you're never going to give up as Cole Jordan gets beamed in the back and acts as if he is in immense amounts of pain. Looks like he's going to charge the mound for a second and then decides to shake it off and walk down to first base.
Well, that one couldn't have hurt all that much. It was just a little blooper and just bopped him right in the back.
We'll give Cole an Oscar after that. Is that acting? Oscar? Yeah.
Either an Oscar or an Academy Award.
Bavacqua hits this one on the ground. It takes a terrible hop off of the seam, and then it's mishandled by Cuba Best. The infield of Long Beach Coast is getting hosed right now by the bounces.
The grass here at Lindquist Field is getting its revenge. It hit the lip of the grass and just took a crazy slide towards Cuba Best, and then he dropped the ball. And we've seen quite a few crazy bounces. It really can't be related to the rain because they got the tarp on the field right about the time it started raining, and the field actually looks like it's in good shape. It's taken some terrible hops.
First pitch is hit by Gannis. He flies out to left field. The runners will retreat. I got good feedback from the text line from Tyler Gannis' dad that my bang was good.
Well, that is good.
So I got a 10 out of 10 from you. Approval from
It's Gannis family approved.
Mr. Gannis. That's a talented vocal family. So it's, it's big, high praise.
Well, you're in a talented vocal family of your own.
Hank Dodson waits, and this one is going to be a fly ball into center field. Emilio Corona doesn't see it, now locates it, and makes the grab. So Cole Jordan looks like he's okay after taking that ball to the back, 47 miles an hour. He and Garrett Bavacqua are stranded, And we enter into the top of the 7th inning, 20-3. Raptors lead it by 17. You're listening to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network.
I had a couple of friends that have come here and they said that the education from the instructors was just really great. It was kind of between Davis Tech and here, and I decided to pick here because of the instructors. I've always loved hair, nail, and skin and all of those things, so I just thought it was a perfect career opportunity to be able to make my own schedule and do what I love. I really love doing men's haircuts, so that's probably my favorite. That and then just coloring's fun because you get to experiment and kind of create new things, which is always fun. It's fun because they're like our instructors and they teach us lots, but they've always become like our friends, and they're always like motivating us to do new things and challenging us and like really care about us individually and like what's going on in our lives at home, what's going on in our life at school, and they're just very compassionate towards us. I would say 100% do it, even if you're kind of on the edge, because you meet a lot of new friends, you make great relationships, and then it's just fun. You learn a lot of like life skills as well, which is great, but it's just overall a great program. I'm Callie Rasmussen, and I'm a cosmetology student here at OTEC.
We are big enough to where we have established processes and procedures to protect you, but we're small enough to where there's still an owner involved in the day-to-day operations to ensure that we don't lose that personal touch. We'd love to tell you more about us, and feel free to reach out to us. You can reach our team at 801-728-0454.
This is Emmy with the Ogden Raptors, and now back for more baseball.
Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Final inning of play, and it's going to be the final half inning of play unless the Long Beach Coast score quite possibly the most runs ever in an inning. They need 17 right now. Starting off the inning will be Eddie Pelk, excuse me. And coming in to pitch is Jonathan Romalo to finish out the game for Salta Formaggio. His first pitch misses just outside. Romalo, right-hander that offers quite a bit of speed. That one at 91 miles an hour. On the season, he's got the best ERA of any actual pitcher. Bradley Pell has the best at 0, technically. This is his 4th appearance. All have been in relief. And so far, he's pitched 4 innings, has not given up a hit, and only given up 1 run. 1-1 count against Eddie Pelk. Looked like that Pelk might have been finding his form again as he hit that double to lead off the game, but then since then has not been his day, flying out and grounding into a double play. Next pitch works inside on his feet. He's got a moonwalk out of the way. It's now 2-1.
Yeah, Pelk, outstanding hitter, but he just 1 for 8 in the series as he was 0 for 5 on Tuesday and didn't play in the game earlier today.
Righty versus lefty coming into Pelk. That pitch low in the dirt. Good snag by Dodson. Really just a good snag for the sake of green behind home plate.
Mike Green, not to be confused with the Mike Green.
I did confuse them clearly earlier today. 3-1. In comes Romalo's pitch. Big left leg kick. That one misses. Leadoff walk. What an interesting day of baseball we have had here. 28 runs scored by Long Beach in Game 1. 17-run victory there. Now, 17-run advantage for the Raptors.
We saw one guy hit 2 grand slams in one game in Cuba Bess, and we've seen 2 Raptors have a 3-homer game. Carmine Lane earlier this afternoon had 3 homers, and Sebastian Greco this evening with a 3-homer contest.
Romalo's first pitch works up and inside at 90 miles an hour to Patrick Roche, and your heart's got to drop for a second when you see that.
Luckily, Roche was able to get out of the play. For Romalo, unfortunately, control has been a bit of an issue. He has walked 6 in the first 4 innings he's pitched this season.
Plane flying overhead at Lindquist Field right now. Romalo's next pitch flies its way into the strike zone.
Couldn't quite tell what kind of an airplane that was.
Wow, what great camera work from our HTN crew.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Got the best fan cams in the game. Swing and a miss makes it a 1-2 count.
Temperature has dropped to 86 degrees. Air quality certainly taking a turn for the worse, and I can feel that.
We're talking about air quality on the broadcast.
Hey, I check it every day.
He's a true vocalist, you know, always aware. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Ramallo with his 7th strikeout of his season. And the Raptors just need 2 more outs to take game 3 of this series. Looking around the Pioneer League, as the first game we were playing didn't have any other games going on. But now that it's nighttime, other teams have taken on their opponents. Great Falls is leading Missoula 14-2. First pitch called strike going into Cooper Vest. Boise is leading Glacier 12-3 in the bottom of the 6th. Oakland and Yuba Sutter are facing off, and it's Yuba Sutter with a 7-1 lead right now in the bottom of the 4th. Modesto losing to Red Pocket, called strike. Coming into Cooper Vest once again. It's an 0-2 count. Red Pocket leads that one 3-2 in the bottom of the 3rd. The Chuckers are leading Billings 9-2. And then you have our 20-3 game. Billings already won 8-6.
Looks like Cooper Vest very upset, and he might have gotten the heave-ho as he's walking back to the dugout. Now Troy Percival having some words with the home plate umpire.
Billings and Idaho were also part of a game that got suspended yesterday, so they played earlier today. Billings won. And then it is Idaho with the lead right now. Percival continuing his conversation. And it looks like we are wrapped up now.
Everybody's kind of standing around. We might need a new hitters. I think Eddie Vest, as that pitch, was pretty close to the zone, but it looked like Ramallo got the benefit of the doubt, and it looks like Eddie Vest might have been thrown out of this game.
So we got a new hitter coming in. Kind of a dumb time to get tossed from the game, quite honestly. You're losing by 17.
I don't know if he's got to make that walk of shame over towards the clubhouse, as obviously the clubhouse is not attached to the dugout here at Lindquist Field, and I think that's what we're waiting for, is Eddie Vest to get his gear, and he's going to make the long walk. I don't know if he's going to walk through the field or if he's just going to walk towards the streets. He's going to make that long walk.
So Cooper Vest takes off his helmet, and now he's going to put some pep in the step and take a jog. That's our first ejected player, I believe, that we have seen at Lindquist Field this season.
You've seen managers get thrown out, but you don't normally see players. And normally when a manager gets thrown out, they're just going to take the long walk and take it as slow as possible. Hats off to Eddie Vest for keeping this game moving as he's going to make the jog out towards the clubhouse, as he has gotten the old heave-ho.
Mike Green taking no prisoners behind home plate. So coming into bat for the ejected Cooper Vest is going to be number 6 for Long Beach Coast. That is actually Jackson Bird, one of the pitchers.
Yeah, Jackson Bird's going to get in that bat. With the universal DH in Major League Baseball, you don't see pitchers hit all that often, and that's certainly the case in the Pioneer League, so rare to see a pitcher taking that bat here.
So Bird steps in, swings his bat around a couple times. Got an 0-2 count against him already. Not a great position to come into. Ramallo's first pitch to him is fouled away.
And he broke his bat, and there's no question that that's not his bat. So he broke somebody else's bat. He's going to need a new one. They're going to get the bat all the way from, looked like there was a bat over in the bullpen, but they've given him a new bat from the dugout, which clearly is not his.
I'm impressed that Jackson Bird even got a bit of lumber on that, as it was 92 miles an hour from Ramallo. Bird, not a guy to take at bats very often, still managed to foul it off. Bird, 6'3", tall guy, standing at the ready. Next 0-2 pitch is in the bottom of the strike zone for called strike 3, and he strikes out looking. So a communal effort between Cooper Vest and Jackson Bird for a strikeout.
Well, Jackson Bird, he's visiting the state of Utah. He's not from Utah, but his name is spelled like a Utah. Jackson spelled Jaxon.
Then you actually have the former BYU Cougar Easton, who Easton Jones truly sounds like a proper proper Uton from Orem, Utah.
Every single Little League team, it's a rule, and I think it's actually a federal state law that you have to have one player named Easton in every Little League roster.
It's an absolute must. 0-1 count to Matthew Bardowell. Romalo's done a good job so far. Obviously walked Eddie Pelk, but then has had back-to-back strikeouts since then. Kicks and the 0-1 misses way outside. Hank Dodson does a nice job to grab that ball. Game 1 started at 3 p.m. It's now 9:13. So besides the little 30-minute break, they have been playing baseball here for 6 hours and 13 minutes. Subtract those 30 minutes and you're sitting around 5 hours and 45 minutes of baseball. 1-1. Too low and outside, make it 2-1.
Tale of two very different games, but the Raptors have to like the way they responded after getting blown out in the opener, and they've played some really good baseball here tonight.
Here comes the 2-1 from Romalo. Vertical stance coming into Bardowell. That one's too low. The largest margin of victory for an opponent of the Long Beach Coast, so I guess their largest margin of defeat, was their 8-run defeat back in Game 1. This one, a 17-run deficit right now, is going to blow that out of the water. 2 outs, 3-1 count. Raptors looking for one more out. This pitch is fouled away, and we're full.
Right, with it being one strike away, some of the fans get to their feet. And pretty good Thursday night crowd, and hopefully we'll have some big crowds this weekend.
Crowd getting loud. Obviously, Friday game tomorrow, and then Saturday, the Utah Fry Sauce are back. 3-2. Raptors looking to pick up their second win in this series. Here comes the pitch from Romalo, and it's fouled back. The fans will have to get all riled up and excited one more time. You're thinking about coming out to Lindquist Field, so much to offer here in the next few days. Pepsi products, Lucky Slice Pizza. There's a snowy machine here. Got everything. Payoff pitch from Romalo. Big leg kick. Here it comes. And it's fouled away.
We've seen some good two-strike battles this entire game on both sides. It's been one of those, for the hitting club, the hitting coach on both sides, you have to be pretty happy with what you've seen.
Bardowell just wanted to keep everyone here just a little bit longer. Haven't been here quite long enough today. Payoff pitch for the 3rd time in a row. Here it comes. Cutting into the strike zone. Called strike 3. And Romalo finishes off his outing going forwards K, backwards K, forwards K for the victory. The Raptors walk away with a 20-3 victory, 17-run victory, the largest margin of defeat for Long Beach Coast so far this season. And what a day of baseball we had. I mean, 2 17-run victories, but in opposite directions. They split the games on the doubleheader. Ogden takes a 2-1 game lead in this series. We're going to go to a quick break, and then when we come back, it'll be time to name our Rocky Mountain Propane Flamethrower of the game, as well as our Golden Bat, and we should get to chat with one of the stars of the game as well. So we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, a lot to look forward to on the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Ogden Raptors Broadcast Network. Arden Locke joined here with Tyson Whiting, and we are joined once again by Nico Saltzformaggio. I'm sure you've missed talking to us. It's been about half an inning since we did last. But Nico, congratulations on the victory. You go 6 innings, allow 8 hits, 3 runs, 6 strikeouts. Just first off, the whole season, you've been the ace all season long. How do you keep up the level of pitching that you have, across now 10 games?
Well, I'll just try to come out here every day and just execute my plan, trust the process, and trust the guys around me because, obviously you can see our offense is amazing, defense is amazing. Then we have other guys on the staff that are also amazing. We work hard every day, just trying to be the best that we can be.
You've done a really good job recently of being able to handle adversity. There's been a couple games where teams know that you're going to throw first pitch strikes and they've attacked you a little bit. How do you feel like you've grown that resilience and had the confidence to fight through games that maybe don't 100% go the way you expect?
Yeah, I just try to be a strike thrower out there, just attack the zone. Like I said, let the guys behind me play and just have fun. Whatever goes, if it goes wrong, I just try to have fun out there and try to do my best and just be the best that I can be.
Got a bit of a photo bomb behind you.
It looks like a beautiful-looking dog behind Nico Saltzformaggio. And Nico, after seeing the first game, where were you for the first game of this doubleheader? And, what kind of notes did you take that you were able to take out there on the mound?
Yeah, I came out for the first game because I wanted to see, obviously, we're down 7-0, but I wanted to see the offense battle, and they did. And I just wanted to see how the other team was playing. They're a really good team over there. So I just wanted to see if they were being aggressive and what they were trying to do and just try to work around that and try to do my best.
Nico Saltzformaggio, the winning pitcher tonight, moves to 9-1 on the season. Salty, congrats. Great night tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Saltzformaggio is our Rocky Mountain propane flamethrower of the game, and Cole Jordan and Brandy win our best photo bomb of the game. Pretty great to see the excitement there after the game. Looks like Cole Jordan's got some family in town as well. Nico Saltzformaggio, 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks and 6 strikeouts in 27 batters faced. And then Jonathan Romalo comes in to wrap the game up. Goes an inning, no hits, no runs, 3 strikeouts to end off the game across 4 batters that he faced. It was a tough night for pitching. Garrett Vandeventer goes just 3 innings, giving up 10 hits and 11 runs. And then Gary Grosjean comes in and struggles as well. An inning and 2/3, 8 hits and 6 runs. And a lot of errors just as a whole for the team tonight. 3 errors for Long Beach Coast, none for the Ogden Raptors. But a great game overall for them. And I think it's pretty clear who our Golden Bat has to go to.
I probably would say Sebastian Greco. You think about 3 homers. He went 4 for 5 at the plate, had 8 RBIs here in the second game. Carmine Lane had 3 homers in the first game of this doubleheader, and Sebastian Greco with just an amazing offensive performance, and he's got that great pop, and it's one of those where he's got the type of power where he can hit home runs on balls he doesn't necessarily get all of. And so he is the Golden Bat of the game. But you also got to give credit to Chase Valentine, who went 4 for 5 with 3 runs scored. He played well as well. And just about everybody else in the lineup had 2 hits. And so it was a pretty good performance all around. But Greco and Valentine certainly led the way.
Cole Jordan as well, 2 for 4 on the night, 4 RBIs for him as well. So overall, a great night for the Ogden Raptor Bats, bouncing back from that 17-run loss that they took. Now a 20-3, 17-run victory. They move to 37-26 on the season. Long Beach falls to 48-15. And Ogden takes a 2-1 game lead here in this series. We'll be back tomorrow night for Game 4 at 6:30 p.m. at Lindquist Field. Arden Locke, myself will be on the call. But before we wrap up tonight, a lot of thank yous are in order. I was your play-by-play tonight, Arden Locke, alongside Tyson Whiting. Our color guy, Eric Kelleher, served many different roles tonight, as well as our graphics guy out in Game 1. Our field camera was Aiden Haney. Our fan camera was manned by Joshua Ijeka. Our graphics and shader were Andrew Gaunt. Our technical director was Alan Hill. And the man who makes this whole thing happen, our executive producer, was Tim Broussard. Thank you so much for spending your Thursday night listening and watching some Ogden Raptors baseball. Love you, Grandpa, and have a great night.